Are you okay?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Ow! What was that for?
For leaving and not telling anyone where you were for 6 months.
Ooh, tell her to calm down. Women love that.
Faith accuses Will of being a bad communicator, but in that very same episode, Will sort of bears his burden, bears his soul to Marion.
I arrested the love of my life last year. I'm a pathologically scrupulous person. If I could be any other way, I would.
And I'm curious why you think it is that Will is not able to communicate to his partner, but he's able to confide in this complete stranger.
I mean, I think that can be very true to life. You know, sometimes you can tell a complete stranger things about yourself that's hard to tell people you know. Some of your deepest, darkest secrets, your flaws, the things you might be ashamed of. I think Faith's references in regards to him taking off, you know, and not saying anything to his partner. They built a relationship in the first 2 seasons that did evolve. We watched from the beginning of the pilot. He didn't want a partner. They didn't get along. They were at ends. We slowly see that relationship build personally and professionally. They get to know each other. And so by the end of season 2, when he just leaves and doesn't say a word to anybody, you know, she feels betrayed, understandably. But he did it selfishly for himself. And so with Marion, which is a really fun scene when they first meet and he just vomits what he's been through and what he's got going on. I loved it. I thought it was just, he's like that. And I think people can be like that. You know, again, it's, you know, people go to therapy to just talk about things with someone that's not maybe you know and not familiar to you. So you can just share it without hopefully feeling judged. With Marion, he just sort of poured it all out for her.
Shouldn't we strategize?
Come on, we're gonna improvise. Freestyle.
No.
Let's talk a bit more about that relationship with Marion, because we don't get a lot of it in these first 2. What can you tell me about how that relationship evolves? Is it strictly a working relationship? Is it a friendship? Is it something more?
When they meet, neither of them are looking for anything. You know, Will is there focused on a case. He runs into this woman who he doesn't expect to be involved in it, and she is, and she's an assistant district attorney. He ends up realizing she's got information, but I think the one connecting point that we realize, at least in that first episode, he says something to her. I think it's something like, you know, doesn't anybody care about truth anymore? Truth and facts, I think is the line. And she says, she says it later on when they're at the office. And I think that became like a, you know, there's a core value that they might share as to why they do what they do. And it's about truth and facts. And I think that really resonates for Will. And so at first it is strictly kind of a professional thing. And I think slowly we end up seeing that it's more than that, that she's a very different person for Will in his life that he's not really encountered and that we've definitely not seen. I mean, there's been Angie that we've seen and we know that history. There was Cricket that was so short-lived with a lot of potential. And then there's Marion, who comes in and is a very kind of slow build and a slow relationship. And I think a lot of the things that surprises Will about her are, you know, she doesn't judge him. She's kind of just there and available and present and shows up and they connect. And the spark starts to happen and we kind of get to witness that, which is really cool.